what better time than now to go live? Because here's the thing. When you ask God for something, God shows up in a way that is unprecedented for you. I'll put it that way. It's unprecedented for you. He doesn't show up the way that you want him to show up, but he does show up on time. And so this one, I did a YouTube live about this one, and I wanted to share it with the community. It's like, what's already in your hand? And I thought that this was good. Here's why. It's because this past weekend, I was hosting an event in Atlanta, and I haven't hosted in a while. And but here's the thing. I was not the very best host that I thought that I could have been, right? Because I'm always that one's checking myself always. I'm like, I could have done a little bit more better in hosting. But after hosting and seeing all the speakers come on stage and hearing people talk about what they do and how they can help everyone around them with their pitch and with their motivation, with their inspiration. But one thing that I did take away from the whole event was Dr. Derek Turo. He said something so powerful. He said, what he talked about, what do you have in your hand, the gift that you have. And as we all are on this platform and love this platform, right? Like we love writing. Like that is my baby. That is my superpower. Like I just finished posting on all my social media, and I decided to dumb down on only 2 platforms because I didn't want to stretch myself, 3 platforms, because I didn't want to stretch myself too thin trying to post everywhere, but know where my people mostly hung out at, right? And so this came across my mind. It's like we're not fully using the things that are in our hand. Like we're always asking God, like, can I have more? I'm just gonna raise my hand for myself. Is that we're asking, may I have more money? May I have more time? May I have more resources? May I have more opportunity? May I have more relationships? May I have more, a bigger platform? Can I have more help? Can I? Okay. And then let me ask you this hard question. What have we done with the things that God has already given us? Ooh, that's for somebody this morning. Because as we continue to keep asking, we don't stop to say, have I done all I can with what he's given me? And it's so easy, especially when we are seeing people, they're blowing up, right? As we will call it. We see them with 50K subscribers on here. We see them with 2,000 subscribers. We see them as they're saying, this is one avenue that I'm using, but I have 7 other avenues. And you're thinking like, so maybe I need something else. Maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I'm not enough. And it's like, what do you already have in your hand that you're not utilizing at your highest capacity? Because what have we done with what he's already given us? And here's the thing. I always invite you around the chair. So I need for you to pull up a chair. And even if you don't pull up a chair, listen, come on, stand around and listen in. Because around this table right here, we like to tell the honest and whole and nothing but the truth. We like having those conversations because I'm all about conversation. I'm all about saying, okay, come on, get your coffee, get your latte, get your water. Because listen, because your girl got her water. If you don't have your water, I keep water on flame. Okay, I keep water. So how much time do we spend? We spend so much time looking at what we're missing. It's so easy, especially in this time and age, right? We're looking at, am I behind? Am I slow? Do I not comprehend better than somebody else? I need more. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We all say like we all need more money. Come on, because we do. Do I need more connections? It's like maybe I need to get into more rooms. You probably do. Do I need more education? That's up to you. Okay, that's up to you. Do I need more opportunity? Do I need? So we keep asking, do I need more, 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 more? And sometimes we are carrying the same mentality in that our relationship with God. We like, we wake up like, okay, God, here's my list of more, 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 and we don't stop and say, well, wait a minute, God, what do I already have that you've already given me to already be all I am supposed to be at my highest capacity? Because when he created us to be creators, right? But we're busy looking at the stuff that we do ordinary every single day is, oh, I just do that. Oh, I just say that. Or and not realizing that is a superpower. Because we all, excuse me, superpowers. You know, we all have something that we do like the back of our hand, like we are chewing gum that nobody else can do like we do it, right? Yes, there are great cooks that are on TV and you have not yet been discovered. There are great people that are now can you have not been discovered. There are people that can put makeup on and do costume facial design. You have not been discovered yet, but you too can do it. You can beat somebody's face and they like, oh my God, you put the makeup on and you're like, oh my God, I look like a totally different person. You're somebody that can go in the kitchen, put some pots and pans together and like, oh my God, what did you put in this? You're like, I just put a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a whole lot of love, right? But you think of it as, oh, this is just something I do. You don't think about it. So that's how we go to God, right? We go to God like, okay, God, here's my laundry list of things is, can you give me, can I get, can you open this? Can you send this? Can I be happy? And God's like, oh, okay, thank you for your laundry list of things that you want me to do for you. And if the answer to my next season isn't something that is for me, I'm thinking like, well, maybe it's something that's already in my hand because I've been going through that on my own transition myself. It's like, what do I have in my hand already that I have not already been using? And this past weekend showed me that. Last week showed me that. It showed me that I have the gift of teaching and coaching that I have not been utilizing to the top of my ability. I've been downplaying it. And it came for a circle this week when a young lady had called me and she was like, hey, I thought about you because you helped me to do some contracts, right? And I was like, yeah, hey, hadn't talked to her in 5 years. And when she called me, she said, I thought about you and can you help me? And I was like, yeah, I can help you. And here's the thing, I do it just so naturally that I never think of it as a gift because I just, when somebody asks me, I'm like, yeah, I can assist you. And when I did this, she said, and then she came back, she said, I can pay you for your time. I'm thinking like, no, you don't have to worry about that. But then the spirit like, no. She said she can pay you for the advice that you're going to give her. So what I did was I made her up a strategy plan for the industry that she's in, because we're both in childcare development. She's been doing a lot longer than I have. And I gave her a strategy on what she should do with this company that she's trying to work with. And then I sent her over. And let me tell you, I would have never done that. I would have just gave her the strategy, like, girl, don't worry about it. But here's the thing. When God has given you a gift, sometimes your gift comes with a what? It comes with an invoice. Why? Because you have the expertise. I wouldn't say do that all the time, depending on the situation. But sometimes things that you have took 30, 40, 50 years to learn, let me break it down a little bit, 5, 10 years. Why? Because you have receipts. You have done the work. You have gotten the wisdom to teach it. Because a lot of us are teaching things that we have no wisdom to teach, but we teach it because we learned it on a Monday. Now we're trying to get paid on a Friday, right? But the things that she was asking me, it took me 35 years to get all of that information, all of the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the disappointment, all of the no's. right? But I had something in my hand. What do you have in your hand today that you are not utilizing at the best of your ability? Because it's so easy to look at numbers. We are so consumed with the numbers and the followers. Like I heard a young lady say this: it's great to have followers, but followers and likes don't get you a check. Come on, y'all, let's keep that real. Followers and likes don't get you paid. It gets you a lot of eyes on, yes, but it does not go beyond that. And so as I was building my community, and God is just so good, because I've never built a, can I tell you, Substack is the first place that I've built a community. And I have some beautiful ladies in my community. And it just showed me, it's like, Jackie, you doing this, girl. And then it told me, it said, put your name on it. Things that you are doing, like the back of your hand, say, yes, I did that. We will like brush over it. Matter of fact, over this past weekend, as I was hosting the event, the co-host was like, wait a minute, let us stop for a minute, because she just breeze on by. Why? Because I'm one of those that I don't really think about attention like that. She said, wait a minute. She breezed on by all the stuff that she do. I'm not one of those that just go down this of accolades, right? It's just something that I do. You know, I don't go into all of the things that I have accomplished over my lifetime. And so when he said that, I was like, oh, you know, because here's the thing. I start off with, I don't feel that when I say I'm a children's author and all that stuff like that, I'm just Coach Jackie. That's it. That's how I think of myself. I'm just Coach Jackie, right? But this weekend made me really realize that I was not using all the gifts that God had put inside of me. I just breezed on by it. And so how are you today? Today, because we only have a week and a half left in this month. We're going into, can y'all believe that? We're already in September. So we only have just a few more months in this year. How are you going to take what God has given you in your hand and use it at the highest capacity? I don't care what you may be doing. You know, it's like, stop downplaying, stop thinking small, stop shrinking yourself because you're feeling that I don't have what somebody. Listen, y'all, listen. This is what I come to find out. If I could just walk around with some of the people that we follow, right, and see what their life is every single day, would we really want to have what they have? Will we really want to live like they live? Because we only get to see small glimpses on social media, but we don't know the full story behind the scene. We only get what they tell us. Come on, somebody. That's for somebody that's riding on the bus with me right now, because this is an early bus, right? We only see just 30-second clips of a reel, but we have no idea what it takes for them to live like they live, move like they move, think like they move. And will we want to do it that way? No, because God gave us the gift to do it what we do very best. I realized many times, years and years ago, that can't nobody have the Jackie effect, as I would call it, right? There are plenty of child care providers out there. There are plenty parent coaches out there. There are plenty of life coaches. But here's the thing. Nobody do it like I do it. Nobody does the things the way that you do it. Think of it like this, and this is a prime example. There are how many pillows out there? There are a gazillion pillows. We got avocado pillows. We got bamboo pillows. We got soft feather pillows. We got 7. But guess what? They still make pillows. I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. They still make pillows. It just depends on what your preference is of your pillow. For me, I don't like a soft pillow. So I always go for the hard pillows. I have the best pillow in the whole wide world because it's good for me. Well, you are the same way. I love the story of Moses. And God asked Moses, what's in your hand? If everybody knows the story of Moses. He said, what do you have in? He said, oh, I just have this stick. Okay. It wasn't a fancy stick. It wasn't an spectacular. It didn't have glitter. It didn't have sparkles on it. Like it didn't have, like all this stuff on it. But he had a stick in his hand. What did he tell him to do? He said, hold it out. And guess what? He made a highway through a whole ocean. But in Moses' hand, it was just, in his mind, it's just a regular stick. But in God's hand, it opened up a highway that all the people could walk across. You are the same way. You have something in your hand that you just overlook because you do it like the back of your hand. You're like, oh, that's nothing. You know we do. Oh, that's nothing, right? People come to you for advice. People come to you for help. People come. If you have the gift of children, if you have the gift of comfort, if you have the gift of AI, you have the gift of counseling, you have something. You may have a gift of writing here. You have the gift of coaching. You have the gift of inspiring. But because you do it like the back of your hand, to you, it's just ordinary. But you, right, especially right now, right this moment, stop hiding. And I feel like that I've been doing a lot of hiding, like most on the backside of the mountain, until recently that I realized that I have to come forth and stand tall. Good morning, DJ. I had to like say, hey, listen, no more. I can't. Why? Because in that moment this weekend, there was a woman that came up to me and she wouldn't let me go. She was just hugging on me, and I could feel her spirit pulling on my spirit. And I said, well, all right, mama. And so in that moment, I realized, Jackie, no more. I'm telling you, no more. Let's stop. Okay. And it's not, I love the word when the word says that the race is not given to the strong or to the swift, but the one that endures to the end. I'm going to say it again. The race is not given to the strong or the swift, but the one that endures to the end. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. And everybody's going to get to their destination at a different time, but we're all going to get to the same destination. It's not how fast you get there. It's not how slow you get there. It is the person that you become along the way. That's the beauty of this whole thing called life. It's a journey. Do we make mistakes? For sure, for sure. Do we fall down real fast? But here's the thing, we get back up again and we try it again. And the reason that I love working with babies is because I take many of my life lessons from them. I've never seen a baby fall down and say, you know what, I'm not going to try that again because that hurts. No, they fall down, they get back up again. They fall down, they get back up again. Then pretty soon they start balancing themselves. I've never seen a baby that start crawling and say, you know what, oh, that's too tiresome. No, they get back up again, whether they pulling their body, whether they go on all fours, but they keep going. And I tell parents, I say, all babies crawl different, but it's still a form of crawling. All babies walk different, but it's still a form of walking. So what is it in your hand today that you have not been using at your full capacity? I refuse to keep looking at numbers. I refuse to keep, looking at like, well, the reason that you're not here. Now, do I have coaches and mentors? Yes, I do, because they cut the time down for me on not having to deal with a lot of stuff. But most of my lessons I've learned through pain and experience. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes indifference. But I have learned that my gift is not for me. It's for those that come across my path. It's those for the women that I am supposed to pour into. And God would have never given you that vision, would have never gave you that dream. He would have never told you that it is your time to stand up and stand out. Will they talk about you? Of course they will. Would they doubt you? For sure, for sure. But as far as I know, he never CC'd nobody in on y'all conversation. He never CC'd them on the vision. It was just you and him. So as you go about your amazing Thursday today, what's in your hand? Are you using it? Or are you just keeping your hand closed? There is always a seat at the table for you. There will always be a chair for you. Let's make your next decision matter more than your last mistake. You guys have a beautiful and wonderful Thursday.